My love, have you ever thought about how Perth feels like a city born from both isolation and sunshine? It's as if it grew quietly on the edge of the world, between the desert and the sea, waiting for the world to notice its beauty.
I've always imagined it that way, remote yet radiant. Tell me how it all began.
Long before the British ever arrived, the Noongar people had already lived along the banks of the Swan River for more than 40,000 years. They called the area Borlu, and their lives followed the rhythm of the river and the seasons. When Captain James Stirling sailed up that same river in 1827, he saw the wide stretches of fertile land and imagined a city rising there. By 1829, he founded the Swan River Colony and named its capital Perth, after the Scottish city where his superior, Sir George Murray, was born.
So it carries a Scottish name, but an ancient Aboriginal hub.
Exactly. In the early years, it was a small, struggling settlement. The soil was poor, the summers were fierce, and help was far away. But the settlers persevered, building their town along the meandering Swan River, that silver ribbon that still winds through the city today. It became their lifeline. Then came the 1850s, when convict labor arrived and Perth began to grow. Roads, bridges, and grand colonial buildings appeared, many of which still stand in the city's.
I can almost picture it, a frontier town by the river, slowly finding.
That's how it was. For most of the 19th century, Perth remained small and isolated, the most distant capital city in the world. But gold changed everything. In the 1890s, when gold was discovered in Kalgoorlie and Coolgardie, Perth became the gateway to fortune. The city boomed. Hotels, theatres, and tramlines sprang up, and the skyline began to shimmer with confidence.
Gold always seems to bring both glory and chaos.
It did, but it also brought people, waves of immigrants from Britain, Ireland, Italy, and later from Asia and the Middle East. The population grew from a few thousand in the early 1800s to nearly 300,000 by the mid-20th century. Today, the Greater Perth area is home to around 2.2 million people, a vibrant mix of cultures and stories. The city still has its British colonial bow, but its soul is beautifully multicultural.
And I imagine the river still runs through it all, tying past and present together.
Always. The Swan River is Perth's spine. It glimmers through the city, separating the central business district from South Perth and opening into a broad estuary before meeting the Indian Ocean at Fremantle. The Noongar people saw it as sacred, the track of the rainbow serpent Waugal. Even now, when the sun sets and the water turns gold, you feel something ancient in the air.
It must be such a gentle beauty, surrounded by wilderness yet filled with light.
That's what makes it so special. Perth has always stood apart, distant from other cities but closer to nature than most.
So it's a city built by fortune, perseverance, and a bit of rebellion.
Yes, my love. Perth teaches you that distance can be a gift. It gives clarity, space, and light. And when the stars come out above the Swan River and the city glows softly beneath them, you realize Perth doesn't need to shout its story, it simply shines.
Then one day, let's go there together. We'll walk the riverbanks where the Noongar once walked, watch the sunset over Cottesloe, and feel the ancient and modern breathe as